What's up, everybody? We back with another message, another video. Thank you to all my new subscribers and future new subscribers. You know we do nothing here without God because everything is spiritually led by God over here. We cover the world from a spiritual and physical aspect to get the raw, real, and uncut answer. So anything you hear, anything you see in these end times, may you test the spirits, aka take the words and visuals back to God in prayer, as there are many Decepticons running around in the end times. Okay? So God has a word for you today. God is saying, have faith. Don't fall short because you didn't have enough faith. All right? Make sure you seeking him constantly when you are in uncertainty. See, this is what he's leading me to tell you guys. He's been leading me to the story about Pharaoh, Moses, and the Egyptians, the Israelites. And when it comes to God having your back and blessings coming through, you know, Pharaoh enslaved the Israelites for a very, very long time. But see, God gonna pull you out of what you think is impossible. Okay? And with Moses was leading the Israelites. You know, he was leading them away and out of harm's way, essentially. And they were looking at Moses like, are you crazy? They see this army coming behind them. They see the Red Sea, and they go, Moses, are you crazy? Why you got us doing this? You trying to get us killed. We better off being enslaved in captivity than what you got us doing. You just set us up to die, right? That's what they thinking. So some of you in your situations, you get at that Red Sea, you get in an obstacle that you feel like you can't get over, and you go, God, I'm not understanding. What is it that you're trying to get me to do? Like, you pulling me out of where I was to do what? You know, you got me out here. You didn't pull me out of everything, my job, all this stuff. What is it that you got me doing? Because, you know, things hitting the fan. Where you at? You know, that's some of y'all right now. Where you at? Where you at? So, when it comes down to it, the Red Sea was there. And Moses was telling everyone to relax, calm down. We're going to be all right. And then Moses cried out to God. And God says, why are you crying out to me? That Red Sea, as soon as he said, why are you crying out to me? And then gave Moses that solution, the Israelites that solution. What was that? The parting of the Red Sea. Stop all that playing. Say, God, stop that. What you doubting for? He parted the Red Sea so that the Israelites and Moses could walk through, and Pharaoh and the Egyptians could not get to them. And closed it on Pharaoh and the Egyptians. And had them sitting in that sea too. Like, you gonna remember what you did. So all your enemies in this time, oh, it's gonna close. That Red Sea gonna close on them, and God gonna make them remember all the things they said to you, all the things they tried to do to hurt you or did hurt you. You know? You've got to have faith in God for whatever you're looking at him for. God does the impossible. Don't forget that. Even when your situation looks impossible, he keeps telling me to tell y'all this. Why are you doubting so much? God will sometimes withhold a little bit longer just to see where your faith at. How you supposed to receive something and ain't got no faith? Bray, what you doing? What are you doing right now? Do you know who God is? Do you have a personal relationship with God to know? He has done so much that has been looked at as impossible. Okay? So if you feeling like there's no way out for you and that you're better off just staying in your situation, that is not the right mindset, save the Lord. He says, get out of that enslaved mindset and walk freely into your blessing with faith. I don't care what you can and can't see. Moses couldn't see the Red Sea departing for him before it departed for him and the Israelites. Now, did he? He couldn't see that. But when he got there, by faith, when he got there, God made a way for him and the Israelites. And then it happened. What he had to do? He had to walk by faith, didn't he? What if he didn't do it? What if he didn't do any of the things God told him to say or do? Would he have been able to walk by faith or receive God's assistance? No, he wouldn't have, because of lack of obedience. So don't be somebody who, just because somebody telling you something is impossible, that you lack obedience. We talked about March blessings, right? And I'm going to go over this with you guys about what God did for me briefly. I'm not going to say everything because it's not smart to do so. All these things added up, these small things, to make a big, beautiful blessing in March. That is what God does. And people gonna look at you crazy like, I don't understand. But it's by faith. Do you have to walk to see things that needs to be seen? Doors to be open for you. But don't get it twisted. Because the same thing that you was waiting to receive, somebody else didn't want you to receive, all right? Not everybody was your friend. And all the people, all the wicked, all the naysayers, God will place judgment and is already placing judgment upon their lives, okay? Exodus 11:5, God been leading me to these stories forever. Just been leading me to these stories all this week. It seems like forever because I've been talking about this so much with God. Time with God is forever. But, oh, that's funny. Eternal life, time with God is forever. See how that works? Exodus 11:5. And all the firstborn in the land of Egypt shall die, from the firstborn of Pharaoh who sits on his throne, even to the firstborn of the female servant who is behind the handmill, and all the firstborn of the animals. Pharaoh was warned to let the Israelites go, and he was harder on them after the warning. So before God does anything, he will tell the servants his secrets that he holds dear to him. Okay, his servants, the prophets. Pharaoh was warned. Pharaoh didn't listen. So what happened? Judgment was placed upon the land. The smiting of the firstborn. Now, a lot of people go, oh, that's pretty, wow, God would do that. Well, God doesn't want to do these things. And a lot of people get mad and blame God for judgment. But doesn't God warn you before he does anything repeatedly because he doesn't want to? So if he has to extend his hand out and order judgment on somebody's life, you can't be getting mad at him because he tried to tell you what he was going to do. He ain't bluffing. So he did just that. But before the judgment came, he ordered Israelites, he gave instruction on how they should get spared from this judgment that they did not need to have. So when God gives you instructions to move out of the way or how to avoid judgment that doesn't belong to you, you need to be obedient as well. Because he's about what he's about. He about it. He gonna do it when he say he gonna do it. He don't play. So that's why being obedient, you never know what you are gonna miss that doesn't belong to be a part of your life in the form of judgment. Okay? But you gotta walk with God in order to move out the way and know which ways to go. See? A lot of people think that all these things in the world happening now comes from the devil with these natural disasters. No, no, no. These history-making natural disasters are coming from the angels ordered, like Michael told us, storms like never before will hit the land and all that stuff that comes with it. Because they're ordered to place judgment. They are the ones that place judgment upon the land. So, understand That is not from the devil. God, your father, destroyed the earth by water once before. Do y'all understand that? He destroyed the earth by water and placed judgment upon people. People's lives got wiped out. Animals were taken out. He's destroyed his creation that became wicked. Do you hear me? So, yes, lives can be taken from God's judgment. That ain't nothing new under the sun. Because there is nothing new under the sun. God does not change. What once was before will be exactly now. History repeats itself. So judgment will follow suit. Judgment happened upon the land back in them days. Don't get it twisted and think everything because somebody done lost their life is because of the devil. No, it's a spiritual warfare. God is placing judgment on the wicked and people will lose their lives. Just like in the past. With all these shootings going on, the devil retaliates. Oh, you want to deal with my wicked? Well, I'm going to take out your righteous. It's called spiritual warfare on earth, and you have casualties in warfare. You have damage to the land in warfare. Come on, Holy Spirit. You got people crying out to God when they got judgment coming to them right then and right there instead of believing God the first time. So believe God the first time and stop blaming God for what's happening in your life. You should have listened. God don't play. So you need to stop playing. And for those who are lacking in faith, God will test your faith before a blessing. So stop playing with that doubt. The devil will get you in fear and have you doubting because you see somebody else then got something. Don't do that. Don't have doubt. Them Israelites was looking at Moses like, what do you got us doing? Y'all probably like, what God got us doing? Now, what do you got me doing, Father? I don't see it. And next thing you know, in a snap of a finger, he can be like, bang, there we go. What you were saying right in front of you. Don't sleep on God. Stop that playing. Okay? Because treasures from heaven are something we ain't never seen before. So it takes time to prepare you for the blessing. It ain't the fact that God needs so much time in the world to prepare a blessing. He could do that in a snap of a finger. It's you that needs to be prepared for the blessing and how to handle it and the knowledge on how to retain it. It's you that need the knowledge and the blessing hand in hand so that you can keep that blessing and not lose it to the devil. Peace and blessings, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Get rid of that doubt.